Hi everyone, you're having lunch with Laura. This is Laura Lee Collet. I'm with stamping at thebirdnest.com and I have been a demonstrator for over 20 years. I can say that now. My 20th was in August, so I'm very excited about that. And if you have ever thought about joining Stampin' Up, this is a awesome time. We've got two specials going on that are on my website, and I will leave the details below and the information about the card we're going to make too. So I hope you're enjoying the weather. It was 49 degrees this morning. Yay! It's still getting up a little higher, but that's okay. It'll come down. And with Halloween right around the corner, I wore my little Ziggy shirt. Let's see. That's Ziggy right there. And this is a little Frenchy shirt, since you know I have a little Frenchy. So let's get on and see what's happening. All right. Today we are going to make this cute little card. When I saw this set, I just knew that I was going to love it and I was going to use it. It is called Just a Note. It has the lines here for journaling. And it says you've got this, a plus, a star, best ever, just a note, and happy back to school. So obviously it can be used for kids when they're headed back to school and they get their little stars and A pluses. But it also, the reason I really got this was because I'm getting ready to do some heavy duty scrapbooking coming up in just a little bit. And this is going to be perfect. And the die set that comes with it is so cute. It has this little die, and that's where I got the little ruffled for my card. And you can ruffle up those little paper, I don't even know what you call them, where the holes are punched on the paper. And then it has all these cute little things. You've got a star, heart, little arrows, and you can cut two at a time, a paper clip. Now this is one of those paper holders, you know, that you squeeze. This one goes with this to make those little black paper holders. And, oops, I didn't, yes I did. You've got two more arrows here that can be used for, I made mine a little bit bigger, but you could use that for your title or to put some words out there. There's another heart. So let's get around and let's go on and get with it and show you what I came up with. Now, this to say, I'm going to make this a birthday card. I need those more than anything else. And on here I put hello friend, which is always a good way, and you could put happy birthday on the inside. But what I did was, I don't know if you do this, but I've got one or two sets that I keep around maybe just for one sentiment. And this Adventurous Sky has a great happy birthday. It's not too frou-frou, but it's a little script there, and it's long, and that's what I was looking for my little sentiment today. So I keep that around. And let me show you what I'm using. This is our Balmy Blue, and I'm going to fold it at 4 1/4 so that the card base will measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I have a piece of Designer Series paper. Now this is called Country Woods, and we had a little stamp set that was a birdhouse, and then there was another set that went with it. And this was the paper that was with that suite. And it's really, it has lapboard siding. It has a lot of different things, different colors too. And so I'm going to be using that. Then I have my clipboard, which they aren't always brown now, but they used to always be brown. And I'm going to curve the corners. This is going to be for my note. And then we've got different colors here. I've got petal pink, misty moonlight, azure blue. This is testing me. Calypso coral and lemon lime twist. And that's what I did for all of the other things. So, and while I'm thinking about it, I did not grab my corner rounder. Well, that was a disaster waiting to happen. I should have just gone around. Okay, come back over here. I'm going to dash around over here. And listen, we're also having a sale on shipping. Free shipping started yesterday. It goes on today and tomorrow. And let me get back in focus here. And it is good on, I think, just about anything. So check that out. It's also in my newsletter. If you have not subscribed to my newsletter, let me know. You can do that at Laura at stampingatthebirdnest.com. And I'll get you on the thing. If you go to my website, which is stampingatthebirdnest.com, there is a form there that you can also fill out, and it'll put you on my blog site. And speaking of that, I started this week with putting on the cards I'm making and the directions, how to find them, and how to find other samples that I've done. Okay, back to this. And let's see, so we've got our balmy blue, and I'm going to use the seal to put on the DSP. And remember, that is Stampin' Up! Speak for Designer Series paper. And then I got the wrong corner rounder, but I'm going to go with it. We'll just make this a fancy clipboard instead of one with just the rounded corner. So that looks pretty fancy to me. Now, let's take a look back at the card. Okay, we're going to need to stamp and cut this out with the dies. And these dies do work with the mini cut and emboss machine. So we're going to be using that. And I'm going to move it over here so that you can see. Now on this one, I did not do two, but I'm going to make two of these, and I'm going to show you how to do it and make it real easy. And then I told you that that little arrow that we're going to be using cuts two at one time. So I'm going to show you how to cut all four at once. And then we'll do our stamp, do our paper clip. Look at that, it looks like a real live paper clip. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so let's get on with our stamping. I am going to be using, and I'm going to cut this down so that it'll go through our machine. Let's hope I didn't cut too much off. Just right. And I'm going to be stamping this in crumb cake. Okay, and I just want to make sure that they're all inked up. Okay, so you're going to press down. Voila, perfect. Now I'm going to get out some tape and put it so that it does not move from where I want it to be. If you don't have any Post-it notes or tape, get you some, because it comes off and then you can use it to hold down your dies too. Okay, so what I did, let's look back over here. I'm leaving just a little bit of space here so that the lines don't go off the page, and then a little bit here. Now you can leave top and bottom about the same, but I want to put my sentiment up here. And so I'm going to leave more at the top than at the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to put that down. And I'm going to bring over my little cut and emboss machine, which I love. I take this traveling with me, and it's great. So remember that when you are doing the plates, this is very important for the mini, not so much for the large cut and emboss machine. But whenever you're doing this and you're putting your sandwich together, the middle plate, so you're using plate 1 and then 2 of the number 2 plates. The one that's in between needs to be longer out in the back so that the cogs can grab that sandwich right there. So let's put our little note paper in there and give it a nudge. There we go. And all that crackling, popping is normal. Okay, let's see how we did. And I'm going to put this back on my little sheet over here that's magnetic. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside while we cut out the others. And I'm going to try to do several of these at once. Okay, the Misty Moonlight was for the paper clip. And it actually cuts 2. So I'm going to put that in there. Not necessary to put that in there, but I'm going to be adding some things, so I don't want it to wiggle. We're going to do this one, which is like one of those little gold clips, but I want 2. I only put 1 on my card, but I'm going to put that right there. Now the secret, okay, now this is going to be for my arrow, so I'm going to put that right there. Now the secret with cutting 2 at a time, you need to go forward and back and forward so that it cuts through all the layers. So let's see if we can get this on here. And we'll see how good I am if I can actually do all this cutting at one time. Oops. Okay. put my plate on top. Make sure that the centerpiece is sticking out. And let's see how I do. Okay, I'm going to go through once. And I want to get them all. Twice. 3 times. Okay, let's see what happened here. Now this first one, of course, you know it's going to cut because it was only 1. And this sticks in there, so you're going to need a little pokey tool to get that out. Let's see how these did. Okay, that did great. And it's stuck in there too. Then we have our little arrows, and it looks like 3 was the charm. Okay, so, and somebody at class the other night said, well, I can't find my blue ones. Where are my blue arrows? They're in here first. Okay, let me get my little pokey tool here that comes with your, take your pick tool, and I'm going to punch those out. So now you just need to separate them. Okay. Put that right there. Separate the other one. And let's poke these out. Well, that was for the little circle. Oops. There I go. And there are those 2. Let's poke this out. And see, I didn't put that back. Always put your dies back. I have a magnetic sheet here that I store them on, and I even go around with a chalk pen so that I can glance and see if anything's missing. Okay, let's get this. Like I said, you got 2 of these. So you can use both of them or not. Now, all right, I'm gonna take all of this, and let's move our little, I call it the cam, out of the way. And that stands for cut and emboss machine. Okay. It's important how you place your little note paper on your pad, okay? Because you want your clip to look like it's holding it, okay? So I'm going to do it about right there. And I'm just going to take a little bead of our liquid glue and put right down at the bottom here. And sometimes you have to work on this little guy. Oh, there he comes. Okay. So I'm just putting a bead of glue right there. There is a dotted line. I don't know if you can see that, but that's about where I'm putting it. Okay. And remember, we want it to be so that I want the rounded part and the little clip part to be off the board. But I want this to be right there. Okay? So that looks like that's going to work. It's not quite centered. Which, if you've ever been a teacher, that's not important. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this down with my seal. So I'm going to put that on here as straight as I can get it. But also, like I said, I wanted it to hang off up here. Now, to make it look really real, I'm not going to flip the second one over. I'm going to leave it on the front side, and I'm going to glue it so that it'll look like two. So put this on first, and then you can turn it over and match where it's going to go. So here we go. All right, now, and to make this look even a little more real, I'm going to stick one of our mini dimensionals up under there. I'm using my take your pick tool to kind of get it off of the sheet, and also to put it under there. And then I'm going to flick the little top layer off so that it'll stick. Okay? So now you can see that that kind of makes it, that got a little rounded, but that'll look like you can really go in and press it. The next thing I'm going to do, and I think I've changed my mind and I may not use this piece. I am going to take, I could have used either early espresso or black, and I'm choosing black, and I am going to stamp my happy birthday right up here, and hopefully it'll be on the line. That is fairly close. That was off center. That's okay. All right, now, we had a good time the other night. My class did some funny things, so I'm going to share that with you. On the original one, I made it like a checklist of things to do. So, number 1 was work out. Number 2 was go get groceries. 3, lunch with the girls. And then 4 was wine time. And I just made this a hello friend card. So what the girls did, they made a list of things that the birthday person would want. So number 1, cake. 2, ice cream. 3, can't have a birthday cake without candles. And we always like to throw in some balloons. So there's my birthday list. And I want to pop this up so that it can be seen real well. And I'm even going to pop it up. Sometimes I put one in the center just to keep it from sinking. So I'm going to stick this on. And I'm going to kind of cockeye it so that it'll all fit on the page. Now we need to put down our paper clip. And you're going to have to use just a teeny tiny bit of liquid glue on this. I should have used an adhesive sheet and I didn't think of it. So I'm just putting it on the lower part of the clip so that I can go like so. Okay, so now you have your clip there. Now, what the girls I had on my card, the arrows were pointing at the numbers. And they said, why don't we make them point at the cake? So, I'm putting one here. And one here. One little, and these are Azure Afternoon. And, uh-oh, where did my other little arrow go? See those little things get away from you. Well, we'll keep looking for it while we finish up the card. Anyway, all mine are going towards cake. And, oh, I could have put a fifth one down here, gifts. And that's when I could have put all my things there. Alrighty. And then if you wanted to put something like hello friend, you could do it and make the paper clip look like it's holding it on. And what I do is take, when you're making your own banners, you can do it two ways. I'm going to clip right in the middle and then go cut little triangles out of each side. Let's do that a little better. There we go. And you can do the same thing over here. Or if you want to do an arrow, make it look like an arrow, find the middle and then just cut off whatever you want. And that's not too bad. So we could put that right there and put a sentiment on it. So, let me see one more time if I can find my other little bitty arrow. You might want to do a couple of them so that they don't get lost like mine did. It's probably up under here, but I'm not going to uproot everything to show you. Okay, so just pretend like the other pink one is right there. And there you have your little card, your journaling paper. And remember, this would be great on a scrapbook page. And I'm going to show you when I get around to doing my scrapbook, I'll show you how it looks. But anyway, that is what we have for today. The name of the set is called Just a Note. And it has the dies that go with it. So you get the bundle price. And wanted to mention too that in the catalog we have journaling pens, and they're black. And all of this will be listed in the comments below. So when you go to YouTube or you go to my other stamping places, like these are my stamps, where I collect all of my things that I've done, and you can find things there. So, thank you for joining me today. Have a great weekend. I hope it's cool where you are and you're starting to feel the fall weather like we are here in Baton Rouge. Take care. Come back next week. Please share and like if you want to share and like my page. And I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye. Love you.